Aloha. Make yourself comfortable. Let your mind and body relax. Close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Imagine a garden now, some beautiful garden, perhaps out of memory, some garden that you've seen before in your life, or perhaps a garden will simply appear right now, or you can, if you wish, create one of your own. We're going to focus more deeply in the garden. So first of all, as best you can, see something, one thing clearly in the garden. It might be a tree or a fountain or a flower, a rock, anything. See one thing as clearly as you can. And hear one thing as clearly as you can. Perhaps the ocean in the distance. You might hear birds or running water, or the sound of the wind. Hear one thing as clearly as you can. And touch one thing as clearly as you can. Perhaps you touch the bark of a tree, or a stone, or a plant. Touch one thing as clearly as you can. Smell one thing as clearly as you can. A flower, or perhaps the rich aroma of the soil. Or it may be a fragrance carried on the wind. Notice what you can smell. Now be more aware of your garden. What kind of garden is it? What kind of plants are growing there? Is there a lot of greenery? Are there flowers? Are there trees? Perhaps there's fruit or even vegetables. There are many kinds of gardens. Are there any pathways in your garden? And if there are, what are they made of? Are they gravel? Are they dirt, stones, or paving? Are there any objects in your garden? Walls or fences, rocks, benches? And what is the source of water in the garden? Is it a stream, a waterfall, a fountain, a spring. As you move around your garden, be aware that your garden is a symbol. It is full of symbols. That every plant, tree, stone, bird, every element of your garden is a symbol of what is in your life. That everything in your life has its reflection in your garden. You may not be able to be fully aware of everything that is in the garden on any particular visit, but everything is there, and everything can be found, and everything can be known, because your life, your attitudes, and your way of thinking, your experiences are all reflected in the garden. When you change something in the garden, it changes in your mind, in your body, and in your experience. And so now, in order for you to be able to use the garden in this way, in addition to using it as a place to relax, to clear your mind, you are going now to evoke a symbol that you can work with in a healing way for yourself and your life. Find some place to stand or sit in your garden. Be aware of what's around you, and speak to the garden itself and ask for a symbol to appear of your greatest present challenge in life. You might think of it as a situation, a condition, a problem, but let's call it a challenge. And as you ask for that symbol now, something will appear, or there will be something already there that now your attention will be drawn to. Whatever your attention moves to is the symbol of your greatest present challenge in life. Be aware of that symbol, no matter what it's like. Just for a moment, be aware of it. It could come in the form of a plant, or it could take some other form. Now realize that you are not completely alone in your garden, that you also have helpers. These helpers are actually extensions of yourself, but you can think of them as beings who can help you work and change things in your garden, but they need your direction to do that. They might take the form of human helpers, but they could also be fairies or elves or any other kind of creature that you like. Somewhere nearby as well is an infinite tool shed place where every kind of physical and magical tool exists for working in and changing your garden. Turn your attention back to the symbol now of your greatest present challenge. With the assistance of your helpers and using any resources from the infinite tool shed that you want to, change that symbol in some positive way. You can remove it if you like and plan to replace it with something better. You can take it completely out of the garden if you choose. Let your helpers do that. Or you can transform it into something else. Or you can modify it in some way. You can add to it or take away from it. Even dissolve it if you wish. Give the directions to your helpers as to what you would like to do with that symbol. Now, even if the symbol appears perfect as it is, change it in some way so that you add and increase some energy and healing to it. Change it in some way. When you're changing it, do your best to get as much physical sensation as you can. If you can see it being done, that's fine. If you can hear sounds of it being done, that's better. And if you can actually get a sense of physical transformation with a sense of touch, of pressure, movement, and texture, that's even better. Take a few moments now to do this. When you've completed the change, or if you wish to take longer with that change, you can take some time out now and do it. And then we'll take a further adventure in the garden. And now we are going to adventure further beyond the garden, do some exploring and discovering of your inner self and its reflections of the garden and the area surrounding it. Follow one of your pathways, or in any direction in your garden to a path that you find leading out of the garden to a forest. A very dense, thick forest. Move along out of your garden and now onto a pathway that leads through the forest. Be aware of the pathway as you walk. feel it under your feet. Move along and see what you can see. Hear what you can hear. Touch what you can touch. You might feel plants along the side of the path, or the trunks or branches or even leaves of trees. Smell the smells of the forest and be aware. Does the forest seem friendly? Or does it seem frightening in some way? Remember, this is your inner world, and your deep inner spirit is always with you. Your higher self is always there. As you walk through the forest, it may be a thoroughly enjoyable experience. However, if it is frightening at all, if there is any fear, if there is anything which comes out of the forest and seems threatening, a spirit, an animal, or anything, remember, your higher self is with you. Remember, this is in your mind, and keep walking. No matter how fearful or threatening, take a deep breath and keep walking. No matter what seems to happen, remember it's your mind, and keep walking. Your higher self is with you, and as you keep moving, as you keep going, even if it is only your spirit and your consciousness and your awareness that keeps moving, each movement forward changes, reduces, diminishes, and dissolves any fears that you may have. Keep your awareness of your feet on the path, the occasional touch of your hands on the trees, and keep moving forward. Where you can see and be aware of a light at the end of the forest. Move toward that light. Move toward that light. Move toward that light. And as you get closer, you find that it's sunlight shining on a meadow. And that someone or something beautiful is waiting for you there. Go forward and meet it and enjoy it. And in a few moments, I will take you further. And now our adventure is going to take us deeper into your inner world. to the foot of a mountain. Imagine that you have travelled farther and farther and now have come to the base of a tall mountain. And at the top of this mountain, in your inner world, you know, with an inner knowing, that there is a building of some kind up there which represents your relationship to your purpose in life. And you are going to get ready to climb this mountain now, and be aware of what the climb is like. And when you get to the top, I will guide you further. So begin your climb. It may take you a long, long time, or it may take you a very short time. But as you climb, be aware of your physical self. As you climb, be aware of what your feet are stepping on, of what your hands are touching and holding. Be aware of the movement of your body. Be aware of your breathing. Be aware of the temperature of the air, of the smell of the rocks and plants. Keep moving upward and be aware. Finally, you're getting closer and closer to the top. Finally, you come up and up over the top edge, and there you find a kind of plateau, a flattened area. And there you find a building of some kind of structure. It might be very, very simple. It might be very, very elaborate and large. Whichever it is, walk up to this building, knowing that as you approach the building, you are approaching a deep connection with your purpose in life. Know also that as you approach the building, you do not have to understand what it means. You do not have to know in any intellectual way what this represents, or what any part of this experience means. The only thing to know is that as you approach and as you enter the building, this in itself will create the connection more deeply than ever between you and your purpose. And that as you leave this experience and go back into your outer world, that deep connection will remain with you and act its way out in your life. So now, if you haven't already come up to the entrance of this structure, simple and small, or large and complex, as you enter in, you will find something or someone very special. You will experience something very special, and you will learn something very special, either with your conscious or unconscious mind. Enter in now and experience. Now it is time to come away from the experience, to come back out of the structure. And as you do, on that mountain you will find that there, waiting for you, is something for you to fly back on. It might be a great bird, it might be a cloud or a magic carpet, or something else entirely. Whatever it is, climb aboard and let it fly you all the way back to your garden. And as you land in your garden and step off, be aware again of the sights and sounds and feelings of your garden, which may look a little different from when you left. And know that you can return here any time on your own, or you can come back again in this way. Give your garden a blessing, a compliment, and return your attention to your body now and the present time and the present place. And when you are ready, take a nice deep breath and open your eyes, feeling refreshed and relaxed.